So this is Matt at MusicVox, and he's got this really cool new guitar. He's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Thanks, Barry. New for MusicVox this year at the 2013 NAMM show is the MusicVox MI5 12-string. This instrument is a compact body, full-scale instrument. It provides all the jingle and jangle that we're looking for in a 12-string and all the vintage tone. It's got a 60s style space-age design, and it's one of our most popular instruments. This particular model is, of course, white with triple bound body and headstock, bound neck, and it's available with humbuckers and also P90 single coil pickups as well. In the past, MusicVox made custom amps for our endorsing artists, and we've been requested to provide amps to our customers, and we have production model amps this year, new at the 2013 NAMM show. You're looking at the MusicVox Space Ranger AT15. It's a 15-watt amp. It's got all tubes. The preamp section is 12AX7. Power amps are EL84s. And it's got reverb and tremolo as well. It is a Class A amp, and it's got a 10-inch eminent speaker for the classic Class A sound. In addition, its bigger brother is the MusicVox AT30, 30-watt, all-tube. Preamp section is 12AX7, and the power amp section is 6L6 powered. This amp is complete with reverb as well, and is 30 watts with a 12-inch eminent speaker. They're available direct from MusicVox at www.musicvox.com, and they'll be available starting April of 2013.
So this is Paul Schwartz at Pikamoose Guitars, and he's going to talk a little bit about his instruments and how he puts them together.
We've been doing this standardized product line for about 12 years. Before that, we were building mostly one-offs. We're building everything in-house on our CNC machine. The fretwork is finished off on our Plek. Our bodies and necks are carved to be as ergonomic as possible. We've also found that the carving of the bodies really enhances the tone. We've found ways to cut the body so that you could hit it anywhere on the body if you're holding it by the bridge, and you can knock it with your knuckles and it rings out with the same value. You know, you notice we kind of do crazy colors. I can do vintage colors all day long, but it's boring. You know, it's like, you know, we're happy to do it, but there are so many more things that are available that why not, you know, push the envelope. Our instruments have a lot of bandwidth. Our pickups are custom wound at Seymour Duncan to give us that extended frequency response that the guitars deliver. You know, if you pick up the instrument and play it, you kind of realize after a minute or two that, wait, there's a lot more happening. You know, granted, a lot of our body designs are either Fender influenced or Gibson influenced, but the physical silhouettes are actually different. The cutaways and carving is actually different. The geometry is different. They don't feel like a Fender or a Gibson. They don't play like that. They actually play better. We use 2x4s to do our cut strategy so that we can make sure that the machine isn't going to screw something up. You know, here we found that our control cavity was a little too deep, so we reduced it a little bit. But bottom line is, you can hit this anywhere on the body and you get the same volume. Bodies made out of this actually sound like a solid spruce body, which is pretty bizarre. I mean, you know, theoretically, you're not supposed to be able to make a body out of 11 or 12 pieces of wood and have it sound good. But, you know, this guitar, it's made out of 2x4s. It sounds freaking awesome. You know, same thing with the pink one, same thing with the orange. Same thing with this cherry burst. You know, our philosophy is instruments should just get the hell out of the way and let the musician do what he needs, you know, or do what she needs. You know, you shouldn't have to fight with the guitar. You can, you know, create something that is so touch responsive that they really don't have to think about it. You know, they just go and play, you know. So that's kind of the philosophy behind it.